And theoretically it is now switched over to the correct scene. Yes, it has. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm using a different program than PW is, and it does amazing scene switching when you like when the countdown is over, and it has worked. Nice. So welcome to the next stream here over on paldastetris. Today it is not gonna be Paldas Monthly, it is gonna be, as you can see in the stream title, Paldas Friendlies. The stream title, the stream itself, because it says Paldas Friendlies at the top and everything. Yeah, of course, as you can also see, the Matcherino is also open, available @ Matcherino. And yeah, match-wise today we are gonna have first up PAW against MIRRORRIKER, then it's gonna be PAW against DUŻY K, and I'm gonna butcher his name, I'm already gonna apologize for that. And then we also have SHUICHI against DUÜZY K as the last match, so in total it's gonna be 3 matches, or around about 2 hours of gameplay. Could be a bit more, could be a bit less. If all matches go the full length, then we are scheduled to end around 19:15 UTC. or 21 local time. And yeah, today I don't have much of a bracket to show you, obviously, because there's no bracket in the Friendlies. There's no Friendlies bracket, kinda luckily. But talking about the bracket, of course, I can show you the tier 1 bracket because it's still kinda interesting to see, in my opinion. Because we are slowly but surely finishing this aspect here, like the round 1. And yes, here PW is saying in the chat, I can show the ELO instead, and that's exactly what I wanted to do, but I just felt like showing the bracket and showing that it's slowly but surely advancing here. Also makes a bit of sense. Yeah, now we can see the ELO here. And yeah, at the top we currently have Mark Migas, then MTS, Murkos, Joji, and you can read the rest of the players. What you should pay attention to is the number 14, who is Shuichi. So Edo-wise, Shuichi is currently the highest ranked player of the 4 that we have today. We talk about the players. We of course can also take a look at our... we can't take a look at our player profiles, I remembered. But yeah, so this is kinda what I can show you here in advance. And now... is there anything else to talk about before the match starts? I don't believe so, which is good because there's also not much more time left. So let's switch over to our amazing players here, being PW against MIRRORRIKER, and congratulations PW in that PAL 19 PB, 46,800 points at 27 lines. That is quite the achievement here using DAS. So GG's on that, PW. He also got a 605, I think it was earlier today, meaning that PW today is someone to look out for. There could be a ton of interesting stuff happening, be it 18 and or 19. Or maybe we can get to like level 21, 22 here on PW's side. Oh, but yeah, you also do need a seed here, so let's do an exclamation mark, a seed, and here's the seed in the chat. Actually, SPS is not mandatory, but if you wanna play with the seed. MIRRORRIKER, do you wanna play using a seed or not? Because you're here in the Friendlies, and in Friendlies you don't have to play using SPS. It is encouraged, but you are not required to do so. I would assume that you are playing using the, what's it called again, Fractal's speed hack, which has SPS support and allows playing proper PAL on a non-Tetris gym, a non-PAL console. And good evening, ROCCORICCI. No, I believe you can't, because all the slots that at least I know of are currently taken up. This stuff is scheduled in advance on the paldastetris Discord server. You can join it here. Correct version. Yeah, you can argue about that, of course, but there's a bit of truth to it. So yeah, for today we could theoretically add more matches, but officially we are stuck at the 3 matches. As you might have seen at the beginning, those are PW against MIRRORRIKER, it's PW against DUΖY, and SHUICHI against DUZY. PW in the chat saying, Jacob or Jakob, if you have time at 1915 UTC, we can add Rocco. Sure, we can add Rocco. That's just why I said according to my knowledge. So Rocco and PW, if you wanna play at 1915 UTC, we can do that. At PW would just be great if you could duplicate stuff. Fascinating. That's gonna be PW versus ROCCORICCI, and I'm not gonna really do anything here. Oh, I see. I thought you wanted to play there. Okay. That makes a bit of sense. Having already played 2 matches and a bit here in advance. Yeah, there's just a ton of stuff happening. Or DUഝY. Yes, you could play against DUഝY, you could try to play against SHUICHI, you could try to play against MIRRORRIKER, or essentially anyone else here in the chat. There's a ton of possible matches. Don't want to play SHUICHI, he's too good. I mean, you have to fight opponents that are stronger than you if you want to improve yourself. Okay, let's see what happens if I refresh MIRRORRIKER now. Okay, it's live again. ROCCORICCI saying no, I don't. Okay, ROCCORICCI doesn't want to improve, he just wants to farm Edo points so that he can maybe advance to like the top 20 in the paldastetris Edo. Let's see if that will ever happen. Okay, so MIRRORRIKER. I believe you should be ready now, at least it looks mostly ready to me. ROCCORICCI in the chat saying, yes, I like farm, big farmer. Oof. That's not a pun that I expected. But you do you. Oh. And the FAW here now saying, good luck, have fun. MIRRORRIKER saying, okay, looks good, perfect. It looks good on my side as well, so I would assume all is properly set up. I don't know for sure, it's just an assumption. Because I don't know how it is on your side. And SPS, yes, we can do SPS. I already pinned the seed. I can send it here in chat again. We generated it a bit earlier, so we will just use the seed here. The E7, 11, E8. Isn't 7-11 like a kinda big food chain in the United States? I believe so, at least. And MIRRORRIKER accidentally starting the game here. It was an accident, of course. Oh, in case you didn't see it on the Classic Tetris channel, there has been a bit of nice gameplay being uploaded, being the top 8 of the CTWC DES this year, meaning the CTWC DES 2024 uploads on the Classic Tetris channel on YouTube have started, so if you haven't seen it live, now is the perfect time to start watching it on YouTube. It's not PAL DES, but it's NTSC DES, so kinda close. And we have already here for POW with a hover over 3 and thumbs up from MIRRORRIKER. So let's start their countdowns here. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Of course, we do only 18 starts. I don't even know if that is mandatory for the friendlies here, but 18 just makes sense. I casted a bit of level 12 action, actually NTSC 12 action, I believe yesterday, and that was so much slower. Not saying that it's bad or that players are bad to play that, it's just something that I am not used to and probably will never get used to again. But actually, I think the slowest starts that I ever seriously did were level 9 in the beginning. But pretty much after a couple of days I did like 15 and 18 starts. But yeah, everyone has their own preferences, and if you want to be able to play stable Tetris, you of course also should do a slow learning curve. And talking about stable, MIRRORRIKER's board I just saw is falling apart. I did not expect that to happen here this quickly. But yeah, this is a 72,000 ad. I don't know how many lines. Luckily I have this clip option open, and POW, you can safely top out. You've already won your first game here. As MIRRORRIKER then unfortunately top out at 76 lines and 71,000 points. So you can Yes, okay, you did. And it is now a 1-0 here for PIW. 7-1-8-20. 7-1-8-20. For you it is 30 and 106-400. Okay, I have reported all. Which means you can get ready for the next game, meaning Mirror, it's not necessarily possible actually on the ROM that he is using, I believe. And if I'm quick enough, I can use the Twitch clip tool. But yeah, staying at the top of the screen when possible, that would be amazing. Again, in this game it didn't matter too much because I was quick enough, but sometimes it does matter. Okay, so PIW is ready, MIRRORRIKER hovering over 3, so also ready. Let's start their second game here in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. First game had an unfortunate misdrop here from MIRRORRIKER's side that led to him just topping out. Let's see if maybe this time it will be a bit nicer for him. And he just pressed pause. Probably some seed issues. Let's see if he says anything in chat. Okay, no, he's just starting. And the seed is the same for both players. But yeah, PIW is just topping out due to that. So MIRRORRIKER, we will restart. Yeah, as PIW says, we will restart this game. So please top out and we will increment the seed once again. So from F8 it will go to 09. Let's see if he does actually hears, because MIRRORRIKER, you can, or you should top out, please. Yeah, and I think he has heard it now. Exactly. We will replay this game due to the 13th start that you did. This is the decision of PIW, it makes sense. Okay, so again 09. And this time make sure to do the 18th start. 13th start is a smart strat. It is. Yeah, luckily we are pretty much chilled here at the European and PAL scene, so not much to worry about. PIW is ready for MIRRORRIKER. I'm waiting for ready here somewhere. So they cover over 3, showing us a thumbs up, and yeah, that's ready for MIRRORRIKER, I believe. So let's start their next game here in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, just showing us the ready is amazing. Okay. PIW start, and there's a bit of delayed start here for MIRRORRIKER, probably because of stream delay. Let me refresh his stream, maybe that gets us closer to the action. Yeah, looks like that helped a bit. Okay, so we had a small burn here for MIRRORRIKER. We also now have 2 small burns here for PIW. PIW now also getting a bit dirty here. Left side looking kinda bad once it does top out. So 2 lines at 1-5-20, meaning MIRRORRIKER, you can safely top out. You have won this game. It is now 1-1 here. Quite unfortunate, but it's just what happens. 10-7-8. 10-7-8 is recorded. And it is now 1-1 here. Let's hope that these short games won't repeat too much. And good evening, Ivan. Good luck, PIW. Looks like we have a PIW fan here in the chat. Okay. MIRRORRIKER is hovering over 3, which I believe is the ready here. Please do an 18 start this time. Let's start the countdown. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. We have started as a best of 7. And this is now essentially down to a best of 5. And maybe these players will be able to show us a Was there another 13 start here for MIRRORRIKER? Okay, so PAW, you can top out again. Once again, an incorrect level start here for MIRRORRIKER. So we will now be at... Yeah, just top out MIRRORRIKER. We will replay this game as well. Yeah, and again, please make sure that you are starting at the correct level in the next game. I'm not Java 2 anymore. It's kind of a thing of the past now that you are using the Tetris gym mostly. Yeah, you just press select and are so used to then pressing start that I understand that hover with 3 is a bit weird. You can just say ready in the chat, or thumbs up also works exactly. Okay, we will increment the seed again, so 1A will now become 2B. And I'm looking out for the readies here. PAW, you have not shown us your ready. By the way, okay, he has now shown us the ready. Now MIRRORRIKER is making sure that the seed is correct and is saying to be ready. Okay, so let's start. Your next game here, 18 start. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And hopefully we can get the proper start now for MIRRORRIKER. Yeah, this is looking good. This is looking good for PAW as well. Perfect. SPS is the same, pieces are the same, as it should be. And here's the first Tetris for MIRRORRIKER. PAW had to close the well here a bit. And as you can see, that means that he just had to burn a bit, wasn't able to get the Tetris here. And yeah, MIRRORRIKER was able to get the lead there for a couple of lines, but is now essentially neck and neck, I wanted to say, but then we had a double Tetris here for MIRRORRIKER back to back, and PAW got high, which means it is now 27 against 70, or about a 40k lead here for MIRRORRIKER. Or as some people would say, it's about a Warhammer lead here for MIRRORRIKER. I should... on my stream. Maybe I'm gonna do that on my own stream. You know, the funsies. Because on my stream... If you didn't know, I sometimes stream my own channel and there are... yeah, it's a bit more fun setup, let's say it like that. I have like... TTS and all of that fun stuff enabled actually. Even media share for 50,000 channel points. Which you definitely should not do. But the players in my stream just... well, have to be different in order to play properly. Okay, so point-wise, it is now next Tetris here for PAW into 68 against 113 here for MIRRORRIKER. Next Tetris MIRRORRIKER, 136, so about a 65 or 68,000 point lead for MIRRORRIKER. Next Tetris going to PAW, and one more here to PAW, so only Tetris difference here between these two players. And MIRRORRIKER is now cleaning these couple of lines up. Could maybe be enough for PAW to get the lead here. Let's see when the next long bar comes, because that's what it depends on now. PAW is still waiting for the long bar. This is a long drought. A couple of burns now for PAW. MIRRORRIKER is open again and Tetris ready, which means 118 against 150. Next Tetris going to MIRRORRIKER, and next Tetris going to PAW. Has a small long bar misdrop there and one more triple. Yeah, trying to get the number over there to the left would have been a bit dangerous. Now it does work out though. Meaning we have the 30k lead, which is a Tetris and some change here for MIRRORRIKER. Whereas PAW is here. Now going for the center, the Adam well. I had to close it one piece before the long bar, as you have to do so often, and is, yeah, now cleaning this up. Open again for the long bar, gets a Tetris, and it is 179, 180 against 196. So that's the Tetris difference is we are about 70 lines through level 18. Of course, here on PAL, the end of the game is around about level 19. PAL is good enough so that you can play 19 endlessly in theory. You can see that, for example, Mirko's max out. Like PAL max out. Paldastetris max out specifically. Yeah, so maybe this can go to like level 22, 23, depending on kind of also how much luck these players have. And talking about luck, that were not lucky misdrops here for MIRRORRIKER. Kind of high, does get the T-spin at least, but the next Longbow they're kind of weirdly placed. I mean, not badly, just a bit weirdly. And now one more Longbow defense here for MIRRORRIKER. Takes the Longbow, also a bit of a messy setup on the right side, and yeah, the next J piece is being placed flat, which means MIRRORRIKER tops out and Rafal also, or PW also tops out. And please stay on the top out screen for a bit so that I can record everything properly. First of all, congratulations to Rafal for winning this 92 to 35220, and we have 213560 at 93 lines. So GG's here for the 2-1. And as PW is saying, tough game. Yeah, that was a tough game. 230 at 90 lines is the opposite of a good pace. Okay, I have already here from PW. I have already from MIRRORRIKER. Perfect. So let's start your next game in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. If Rafal or PW manages to win this game as well, the next up it would be a match point, so a bit of pressure here on the shoulders of MIRRORRIKER then. And now as well, meaning he wants to win this game. So that PW won't be able to put too much pressure on him. And yeah, both players got 2 Tetrises now. Looks like MIRRORRIKER started a bit earlier, so is ahead in the piece sequence just a tiny bit. Okay, PW being Tetris ready, MIRRORRIKER also being Tetris ready. Both players just waiting for the Longbow here. Small OP's misdrop for MIRRORRIKER and kinda high blue SP's misdrop as well here. Now definitely wants a Longbow. Longbow doesn't come, well is closed, and I think that's it for MIRRORRIKER. Yes, that is it for MIRRORRIKER. He tops out here at 13 lines and a score of 3780, which means, oh yeah, exactly, Rafal, you can, PW can safely top out. You have won this game, and it is now a 3, 2, 1. That drought was just too much here for MIRRORRIKER, wasn't set up to burn. Then a couple of misdrops, also made it impossible to set up burns for later. And yeah, which means next up it's gonna be the first match point here for PIW. Let's see if he will be able to get the match closed here now. I believe that is already from MIRRORRIKER as well. Yes, it is. So let's start the next game here in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And we are now at 4D, which means next up we might see some 4D chess here in this game. Okay, PW has started. MIRRORRIKER started. The first couple, like really just a couple of pieces, were placed the same, and then they had different stacking ideas. And here's the first Tetris to MIRRORRIKER and the first Tetris to PW. And I feel like PW's Tetris setup was a bit cleaner here than MIRRORRIKER's. Yeah, MIRRORRIKER now to burn a bit, so did PW. But yeah, I've just felt like PW's setup was a bit cleaner there. But here's now the second Tetris to MIRRORRIKER, which means he is ahead by about a Tetris, a bit less than a Tetris. Now the center will be getting a bit dirty for MIRRORRIKER. Meaning a couple of burns here. Next Tetris is going to PW, and PW now overtaking MIRRORRIKER, who needs to burn at least one more line here. Is now open again and waiting for the next long one Tetris here. Whereas PW got the next Tetris at a 79 against 57, so about a Tetris lead here for PW. MIRRORRIKER now open again, waiting for the next longbow. Oh, PW just closed the well. Yeah, it gets long ball here. And LJ dependency, JPs, just as he closed the L dependency there. MIRRORRIKER also had to close the well one piece before the long ball once again. And this is looking like a top out here for MIRRORRIKER. Yes, this is the top out for MIRRORRIKER. Which means congratulations, Rafal. PW, you've been able to win this game. And this match. It is now 4-1. So, thanks to MIRRORRIKER for playing. I believe that is your only match here today. I hope you were able to enjoy paldastetris here a bit, while PW is now playing this game to the end, because he is allowed to. ROCCORICCI, huh? What do you mean, huh? As you can see, this is a best of 7. We are at the Paldas Friendlies and not the Paldas Monthly. And in Friendlies, it's only best of 7 that you play, not the full best of 9. MIRRORRIKER in the chat, sorry, didn't put up much fight. That's just what happens sometimes. There can be so many reasons as to why. Everyone has those days, so thanks for playing here. And hopefully, we will see you in the Paldas Monthly Championship next month, November, or maybe also a bit here in the Friendlies, as we have them here and there, depending on how much free time PW and I have. Even in the chat now expecting max out from Rafal, or just as you said that, there were a couple of misdrops here, so the, I guess in this case, viewer curse is happening at least a bit. But the max out does not really happen. It is possible in theory, but in reality it's hard. Really hard. And yeah, PW now approaching the 99s at 315. Not the best score, not the worst score, but the board is leaning towards a bit more to like a bad board. Cleanup shouldn't take too long now, luckily. And yeah, just I mean, could play one high now even. You don't want that on 19, but here on 18 playing one high or even two high oftentimes does work out nicely. I say oftentimes because it's not for PW currently. Longbow dependency on column 3 takes the J piece, gets the next red S piece over. Okay, nicely done there from PW. And 332 here. Next longbow to column 8, perfect. And next L piece. And yeah, this is just some nice cleaning up here. And kinda also the warm up here for his match against DUΖY K. Because DUΖY K is, at least in theory, a really tough opponent. He had some amazing scores here that he showed. Admittedly, I don't know all of them. But he posted like a clutch, or like nearly 600k a couple of days ago. And then like 600k as well, so a couple of around about 600s here that DUZY can get. So an opponent to look out for. Okay, a transition here for PW is coming up, but this board does not look nice. Now far too high here, yeah. Wanting one more longbow and Tetris, but does not get them winning. Boom, boom. At 128 lines we have 3, 9, 6, 7, 20. Now it's reported, so let's take a look at the match stats here. And as we can see, the average losing score here for PW definitely not the best that it could be. MIRRORRIKER is much higher in the average, but wasn't able to win as many games as PW, which explains these differences in statistics, and then of course all of the rest. So the highest scores, the highest lines, total score and total lines. And yeah, so the next match is scheduled to start in around 18 minutes. Let me ping Friendlies down here. Nope. Here. DUŻY would be ready now for your match against PRW. It was against PRW. Yes. Okay, perfect. So let's take a quick look at the potentially, at least, upcoming matches at the upcoming times here. It is a 4-1 here for PRW against MIRRORRIKER. Next up, we'll have PRW against DUΖY K, and then we will have SHUICHI against DUΖY K. DUΖY K does know about this, like, that we just finished. I have pinged him on the paldastetris server in the Friendlies discussion channel. Whew. So we can start early or we can go for a 10-minute break. As it looks like he is not here, I would say we will go for the 10-minute break. So see you in 10 minutes. I believe we normally do the player profiles, which we now can't, so let's instead do it over here. Reset, start, so see you in around about 10 minutes again. Oops, I forgot to unmute myself. We are now back here at the next part of the friendlies of today. As you can see, it's supposed to be POW against DUŻY K. Based on what I can tell, DUÜZY K is yet to be online on Twitch. Already DM'd them here on Discord, so in theory at least it should not take that much longer. But let's see how it will. Well, that's it. End here, and as in waiting time, it is now 5 to 6 minutes before the scheduled time. So we are schedule-wise doing well so far. Just, you know, it's always fun when you can see both players actually. But I believe he's on, yeah, like he's playing, so I can do the transition here. Oh, you are here in chat. Sorry, I didn't see you in chat. I thought you were just playing on your own. Because I didn't see you in chat, you didn't say hi or anything like that, so I was like, ah, okay, so he's not here. Also because Twitch didn't show you in the viewers, then all is good, you're here. I wasn't typing, yeah, exactly, so I was like, okay, probably it might take a couple of minutes. But yeah, POW is here, DUÜZY K is here, which means we can start the next match essentially now. I assume that you're gonna do SPS, so we're gonna do one match using SPS. At DUÜZY, I assume you will do SPS, or is there any reason for you to not do SPS? POW is saying need 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah, of course, you have a bit of time. So you have a short wait time here now for DUÜZY K, not for DUÜZY K, for POW. You now have the seed here, so the seed that we're gonna play at is 28 OC 64. Yeah, POW will be back soon, so 2 to 3 minutes, which means we should be able to start the match at the scheduled time, which, as we can see, or could see, is 45, or in like 3 to 4 minutes. Actually, we can also see DUÜZY K warming up using the rolling playstyle. DUÜZY, I hope you know that this is a DAS tournament and that you can only use the DAS playstyle. So rolling is forbidden. Just in case that changes how you want to warm up. Because I personally believe that warming up using rolling is not the best idea, but hey, maybe it is for you. Who knows? Also, I will be away a bit myself due to my cat wanting some attention, so here you again in hopefully a minute or two. Okay, so a short cat break. Later as he needed some attention. Yes, you have the seed. The seed is 28 OC 64. And in the chat, POW. Oh, straight disqualification. for the incorrect playstyle. That's a good point. Is it an O or is it a 0? O, 0? It's a 0. Huh. So it should be 2-8 OC 6-4. 0 C. Not OC. Yeah, there's no in the seed. Yeah, that makes sense. I believe the experienced Tetris player and he forgot that there's no in the seed. So it's 2-8 OC 6-4. Oh yeah, it's O. I don't know where they say O, but maybe it's in the British regions where you say O instead of 0. I'm not too sure, but in some region it was so. Okay, both players are ready, so let's start next game here. Next match. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, what does English.stackexchange.com say? Because it's 101 or 101. American speakers use 0, whereas... what? It's not, okay. So apparently it would be... it would be OC in American English and not C in British English. If I can trust English.stackexchange.com, of course, which I'm not 100% sure, but it's good enough for this use case. And yeah, I trust these players do not have any early top outs, as they are high level players. It is now 51 against 59. PAW to burn a bit here. Is now clean again. Now DUഝY needs to burn a bit here. Actually a bit more than just a bit. This is over Tetris and just pure burns. Which means PAW is now in the lead here at 103 against 90k, and PAW is played at 8 lives less, so 2 lives less. So there's nice possibility for him to catch up in theory, but now he has the burns for PAW as he needs to dig out of this situation, which at least in theory should be possible kinda quickly, but now he got long burst that he couldn't use and LPs to the right. That was pretty much bad. That did get the next eyepiece over, which is important. Oh, missed of that red SPC here for PAW, which means we have a top out, and DUഝY wins the first game. So let's report everything correctly. 1-1-1, 720. And yeah, DUഝY, you can now top out if you want to. You have won the game here. And DUഝY would have topped out anyways now, apparently. Please turn the screen for a bit, because I need to record the score. 1-8, 5-8, 20. Okay, perfect. I've now recorded your score, which means you can now increment the seed and whatever else you want to do in the main menu. We have the GGs here in chat. Increment first to yes, so the 2-8 will now become a 3-9. Both players are ready, so let's start their next game here in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, also I saw DUഝY drink here. We should be able to get the affiliate soon on this channel. We should have the minimum required average viewers and stuff like that, and followers, because I think we're over 50, yes. So maybe we can get like channel rewards that are like, have the streamer hydrate soon. But until then, I need to drink water on my own, and I can't trust our lovely viewers here to remind me and the players of hydrating. So I will just hydrate on my own a bit here, because water is important. PAW is now setting up for the first Tetris here. Gets the first Tetris into 28k against 68k for DUഝY. So about a 40k lead here now for DUഝY, which is nearly a 2 Tetris lead. So a nice position, but still one that can change quite fast. Here's now the next Tetris for PW. And DUĐY is kinda high, waiting for the long bar. Here gets the long bar and Tetris for DUĐY. Yeah, I said kinda high, not high. I differentiate between kinda high, which is like 8, 9, 10, 11. And then high, which is like 11, 12, and so on. I don't know what other restreamers do in general, but I just do what feels best to me. And here's now the next Tetris to DUĐY. It's 104 against 104 against 167, or 104 if we were talking about, or in British English. And yeah, PW being a bit of trouble here, does get the next number over to the right. And this is a bit tough here now, board-wise here for PW. Next LPs also does go over to the right. And he tops out at 114 something 760. Which means, DUĐY, you can already top out. You have won, your second game here. Of course it's like this. So there's now 2-0 here for DUĐY. We're daring in the chat. Sorry, DUĐY. They are not my hands, yeah. Sometimes, when you play Des, there can be some tiny issues that just make you lose Des completely, like all the day. But you're already ready for the next game, so let's start your third game here in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Twist. And DUĐY here started. PW will also start in a couple of seconds. And hopefully he will be able to get back into the Tetris mood or mindset and not suffer from unfortunate top outs. I would hope that for him quite a lot, because, you know, he's a good Tetris player. We have seen that in his first match against MIRRORRIKER, but in this match it kind of feels like his concentration is worn off a bit. And yeah, point-wise, it is 45 against 47, so it's neck and neck between these two players. Next Tetris going to PW. DUĐY having a bit of an interesting J piece there, which means a long time filling that hole up and also taking some stylish burns instead of just putting a J piece down because you don't get the J piece. Now a small spin miss here for DUĐY, which means a bit more burning. Whereas PW might now go for the left well, but no, this is a bit to work on here for PW as well, whereas DUĐY can now go for the center well. Gets the long one center well Tetris here for DUĐY, and next in column 8 here again for DUĐY. PW having a couple of holes in the stack and being kinda high. So he is still go over to the sides. Oh, the long one was a bit dangerous here. Next he goes over to the left. Nice. Single, double. And yeah, DUĐY here just clean and getting ahead of PW. PW is... Oh, that blue S piece on the right. And that's the top out here for PW. 3 early top outs in a row here for PW. The opposite of what you want to have happen. 31, 8, 3, 600. Oh, apparently I forgot to report the score and lines that DUĐY had in the last game. Maybe we are lucky and I can still clip this. Please. At the beginning, it's 6 lines. No! Okay, I need to watch the VOD. For that, okay, so let's report this properly at least. 49 and 177, 460. So DUĐY, this game is reported properly. I just need to do the other game as well. And I hope I can do that live and not have to do it later. Can I maybe? Okay, I can't. Kinda sad. Yeah, it's 0-3, but I meant like the points that DUĐY got that I don't know for sure. Let's start the next game here. It's gonna be a 3, 2, 1 Tetris. And for me, it's around the 1 hour mark that I need to look up. I have set a mark here so that I know about what I need to look up. Yeah, it's hard to make sure that every game is actually completely reported because you have to report the lines, the scores, and then I update the standings. All of that. It's a lot when you're not used to it, which apparently I'm not used to. DUŻY in a bit of trouble, I see. This could be the chance for BRW to take the momentum and win from now on. DUĐY K in a bit of trouble. Oh, Longbar, yeah, this is just a flat out top out here for DUĐY. So DUĐY tops out at 7,000 points, which means BRW, you have won this game. You can now top out if you want to. Or just play for as long as you want. And yeah, DUĐY, do you by chance remember your score in the second game that you played, so 2 games ago? And now let's do 21,7600 here for our other Polish player being PRW. Oh, you don't? Okay. And yeah, that's 1 to 3. Okay, so I have recorded your games, which means we can increment the seed once again, and then just do the next game here. Let's start in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both players have started, I believe. Yeah, no, BRW has also started. Already a small misstep here of the TPC for DUĐY. Yeah, we have played now 4 games and we're only 10 minutes into the match. If we keep this, then we can play the next match in like 18 UTC. I will also make sure that SHUICHI knows that we are in the potential last lines. SHUICHI, it is currently 3-1, so the match between PLW and DUĐY could be over. Oh, you're here. Okay, perfect. Then I don't need to ping you. Wanted to ping you and explain to please show up soon. But if you're here, then all the better. Tetris for DUĐY. Into 14k for PLW against 33k here for DUĐY. Oh, small misstep here of that S piece for DUĐY. Which means DUĐY is now in the cleanup process. Oh, doesn't go for the Longbar flat burn. Would have much preferred that. Next set is going now to DUĐY. PRW is now still in trouble. SP is over to the right, nice. And is, yeah, just burning this down, hopefully at least. We are not completely sure. Next triple here for PRW. DUĐY also still in the cleanup process, but being over 30k ahead here of PRW. And I believe DUĐY now is about the highest score that PRW got all match long, so there's that. Oh, we missed here of that red Z piece for PRW. And once again, a lot of burns here for him to do. Next red S piece and blue S piece must drop, so already the next top out here for PRW into 36 lines and 3-6-8-6-0. So DUĐY, you can safely top out if you want. You have successfully won this match. That was tragic. PB cause as well. Yes, definitely. Okay, so immediately I will have to guess the points and lines here for game number 2 for DUĐY, because I apparently forgot to report some stuff there. And yes, this is the whole match. You have won the match against PRW. It is 4-1. We play best of 7. And these should be pretty close. Can we do the next one immediately? I would say so. I don't know. know why we wouldn't if Shuichi is up for it. But I would say these should be pretty much the correct match stats. And let me prepare the next match here between you and Shuichi then. So, Shuichi, I assume that you're ready to play essentially any second now. I don't know. That's just my... No, I'm down for it. I assume you mean yes, you're down for it? As in, yes, you can do it? Here we will have Shuichi, the German player. $130,000 lines for DUÜZY. I don't know what you mean. I don't see what you mean. It's not there. Yeah, as I said, I kinda forgot to report something properly there, and I will check that later. Shuichi, let me finish warm-up real quick. Yeah, sure. Warming up is always important. We have Shuichi on the left side, we have DUÜZY on the right side. And yes, POW, I believe I have the recording turned on for the whole match, so it should not be any issues. But of course we also have the VODs on Twitch, so it shouldn't be any issue anyways, luckily. Oh, imagine if the automatic were turned off, the automatic VODs. That would be unfortunate. Okay, PW here, you can put... Yes, I will... Okay. Yeah, I'm just sitting here on Shuichi and DUÜZY to get ready, but Shuichi is warming up currently. Whereas DUÜZY is now warming up on 19. Also, this time using the Death Not Rolling play style, which is what I would also recommend in like all cases. Okay, so Shuichi says that he is good. I'm assuming that you will both say yes PS, and we have 4E, C4, A7. And both players are ready here. So I would say here, the good luck, have fun in the chat. Let's start your first game here in 3, 2, 1. Drinking. I'm happy to see that DUÜZY is taking care of himself and drinking enough. I was at an anime con not too long ago, and there I had someone who drank like half a liter in a day or two. Like, in a day as in from like, what was it, 8 AM until 12 PM, I assume? Or 12, I'm not sure, like midnight, which is 4, so 16 hours and only half a liter. And yeah, this is reminding me quite a bit here of what Shuichi just has shown us. 2 points, 0 lines. Well, it was not a 0 club, let's say it like that. It was pretty close to a 0 club, but not quite. Just 2 points of the 0 club. So, a quick first game here in this match as well. Let's see if the second and third and fourth and so on games might be a bit better. GG's to this. As PLW says, high level stream today, everyone plays the air game. Definitely. Let's see if maybe this game we will get to at least one line for both players. Let's start the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. To be fair, my gameplay has also been kind of bad today, as in I don't believe I got a single game over 200k. And I don't know why, because 200k is such personal opinion. If you play for like half an hour, you should get at least one 200k game, even on your worst days. I've been playing for like 1 or 2 hours today and I was not able to get a single 200k game. It's probably just the day, I don't know, something in the air that's all around the world that's preventing us from playing properly. Yeah, it's 46 against 49, so it's currently neck and neck between these two players. Which means both players got more than 0 lines this time. Already a huge improvement here for at least SHUICHI. It's now at 69, nice here. Next Tetris. Oh, there was an O piece. Next not Tetris going to SHUICHI, next cleanup going to SHUICHI here though. As DUŻY is nearly open again. SHUICHI is getting higher and higher. And I don't know if he's like trying to skydive this, but you should not skydive your Tetris game. Please just try to play safe. And here's the next JP's Mistral for SHUICHI. So SHUICHI at 76,000 points, topping out. But as we can see here, DUŻY K is still chasing this down. 76009, perfect. So potentially SHUICHI still has won this somehow. So she's saying, yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best, it's not the worst, it's kinda nearly close to being somewhat acceptable. But this is counting for elo, so your elo is now going down potentially quite a lot here. Keep that in mind as we're approaching the line out here from DUĐY. Again, you only need like 76, a bit over 76 technically. You can just single that out and it looks like he is. I mean, he's also of course trying to get open, but until now it has only been singles and doubles and stuff like that. You can now try to go for the next Tetris here. It's setting up the next Tetris and is now a bit away, as in building it up, but also only like 7k. So if I was DUĐY, I would probably just try to go for the safety burns here. And yeah, he does, and this is now the win for DUĐY. DUĐY, you have won this game. You can now safely top out, exactly getting 69 lines, nice, and a score of 99,180. GG's. Okay. SHUICHI, please show us that us Germans can play good Tetris. I don't want this to end in a sweep, and please, please, I pray. You know, I'm generally not much of a biased person, but I want this game to go on a bit better for you, like gamers in match. DUĐY is also typing in a long message here. Let's hope it's not gonna be a message along the lines of, I no longer want to play this game, I'm so bad today. Bro, I always said I always try to get another Tetris after one. This saved me because after SHUICHI top out I thought I won already and so I thought I'm down 4k when I was digging. Yes. Always play until your streamer tells you that you have safely won and that you can top out. That's at least what I do. So let's start next countdown. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Like, you should not be like, oh, my opponent has topped out, I can now top out as well, I've won the match. Or like the game. Actually, when I play, you can see that when I see that my opponent is topped out, I look over like 3 or 4 times sometimes because I need to make sure that I see the score correctly. I generally mute my restreams, like when people stream me. So I need to see it, and you don't have much time to look for the exact score, so it's like 1 or 2 looks to find out where the score exactly is, and then 1 or 2 looks to find out what the score is. And yeah, in this game, once again, both players have cleared at least one line, which means we should see a bit of Tetris gameplay here now. I say as Shuichi is already setting up for an interesting stacking here. But this is still solvable easily, of course. Yeah, it's 54 against 72, so currently it is a small lead here for DUഝY. DUഝY is higher, and Tetris ready. Shuichi is Tetris ready, both getting the Tetris here. And are Tetris ready once again. Meaning just waiting for the next long bar, which hopefully will come kinda soon. So that we won't have a huge drought. But yeah, DUഝY now already going for the dependencies and spins. Does get the TPs here. Which means DUഝY is now in a burning situation. LP is not the perfect piece here. JPs would have been a bit nicer. Because now he needs to burn one more line and it's a bit more dangerous situation. Longboard fully over to the left. I presume that was planned because it looked planned to me. And DUഝY left side looking bad. And DUഝY tops out at 110. So Shuichi, this could be your chance to win the game. It is only 110 points that you need. But of course, Shuichi is not open yet here. DUഝY chopped out due to a shadow burn. Oh no. Shuichi now, LJ dependent here, gets the LPs, nice, open again. Shuichi, you need less than a Tetris, it's just a couple of thousand points that you need, and here's the Tetris for Shuichi into 125, so Shuichi, you have won the game and match, not match, the game. Meaning, if you want, you can top out, it is now 1-2 here, at 61 lines and 128, 823. What the heck? 60 lines and 128. Oof. I don't want to say that that's like the worst pace I've seen in a long time, but yes, it was. On the other hand, he didn't need much better of a pace. He managed to win this. ROCCORICCI did the same. Damn butt clenching kinda, yeah. Shuichi is drinking a bit. Do that. If you need a 1 or 2 minute break, or like 5 minutes, totally possible. We started like half an hour ahead of schedule nearly. Meaning we can drink a bit and stuff like that. Shuichi wanna play off. I don't think Shuichi wants to play at all currently. Also, ROCCORICCI, didn't you say earlier that you don't want to play against Shuichi because he looks too strong to you? And now that Shuichi looks a bit more like a human being, you're like, oh yeah, Shuichi, let's play, I wanna beat you. Because you said that you were not gonna take any risks, which means you... Like, if I understand you correctly, you're now viewing Shuichi as an easy prey. Looks beatable, yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. Shuichi saying, if that's okay, then sure, lol. Okay, Shuichi, to confirm, you want to play in today's form against ROCCORICCI after this. Works for me. You can technically still say no. We have another ready here, so let's start the next game in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. ROCCORICCI is saying I'm very tired. Valid point. I mean, originally the next match would have started like this match in about half an hour, so we are like an hour early when it comes to the match that you can play here. Or as I like to say, tiredness should not matter too much because it's gonna happen in maybe 5 minutes or so. Yeah. You prepare Rocco versus DUഝY. Thanks. So yeah, here we have once again a game where we play more than 0 lines, and yes, Shuichi, that's gonna haunt you like all stream long. And let's see how the stacking will be this time. It's already a bit not the best stack here for Shuichi. Also not the best stack here for DUഝY. Oh, DUഝY is now close to the well is now open again. Longboard dependency in Canon 4 here for DUഝY. Shuichi is not longboard dependent, but DUഝY tops out at 94,000 points. So 9, 4, 6, 20 at 20 lines. So, Shuichi, your goal is 95. And the original best of 7 has now become a best of 3. Kinda, because both players have won 2 matches, games. Shuichi, these are so good matches. I mean, they are matches that allow us to stay ahead of schedule. Like, we're currently ahead of schedule even if we have ROCCORICCI playing. Like, even then we might finish before the next game. And of course, DUഝY, I've reported your games. You can top out if you want to. Top out. So you can increase the seed. I'm already getting confused here. Okay, so both players are ready. Let's start their 5th game here in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Twist, twist, twist. And let's see how this game or match, even from this point onward, will go. I'm kind of looking forward to like a game that goes to level 19 at least. It has been quite a long time since I've seen that happen. Much longer time than I normally want to happen. So, let's see what these players can show us this game so far. 70k against 69, nice. This set has been pretty well. Also, not yet to see any funny stacking in this game. Which means maybe Shuichi is now warming up for his match against ROCCORICCI. And then ROCCORICCI is like, you know what, I'm so tired. I no longer want to play, when in reality he's just scared of Shuichi being warmed up. Also nice to see, Shuichi, that your internet is working again, because we had a German Tetris organizing call. And there Shuichi had some internet issues, if I saw it correctly. Which have now been sorted out, aka he can stream this match and the next match. Point was, it is 210 against 172. So a small lead here for Shuichi, but this lead could be all that he needs. Especially as he on Pal you only play to level 19, not the level 29 that many people are used to, the U20 SC, where 29 is where that stops being viable. And a bit of burns here for Shuichi, a bit of a funny stack here for DUഝY, which means DUഝY needs to clean this up ASAP. Lombardy dependency in column 3 OPs doesn't go over, so it's top out here for DUഝY at 203. 203, 309 at 57 lines, which means Shuichi, you have successfully won your 3rd game. If you want, you can now top out. It is 3-2. And next up, we will play your match point here. And yes, Shuichi versus ROCCORICCI. So ROCCORICCI, I would recommend you to warm up here. 71 and 311, 983 for Shuichi. Okay, was barely quick enough for that. Both pairs are ready, so let's start the match point for Shuichi in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Twist, twist, twist. And looks like ROCCORICCI versus Shuichi is also prepared. Let's see if ROCCORICCI is maybe already streaming as well. He is. I do see the 100% official Tetris on his stream. Perfect. And here we have finally the first Tetris for DUഝY. Shuichi being kinda high gets the next long one Tetris for Shuichi. 23 against 22, so burn against no burn kinda. Now both players here burning a bit. And we can see now a lead here for DUഝY as he got the next Tetris, and here's the next Tetris for Shuichi. 72 for Shuichi against 70 for DUഝY. Next Tetris for DUഝY, so 93. Which means we are about 20,000 points apart. A bit less than a Tetris. But DUഝY now has a bit of cleanup to do. And let's hope that he will be able to clean this up without too many big issues. And here's the next Tetris now for DUഝY into 121 against 142. So now about a Tetris lead here for Shuichi. And here after the first couple of embarrassing games, we now finally have some serious gaming again. Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the halfway point of level 18. As we are now about 40 lines. And a small longer misdrop here for Shuichi. And the red S pieces to the right also misdropped, so Shuichi jumps out at 188, 103. 188, 103 and 39 lines. So DUഝY, your goal is 189, so 190 essentially. Which is a Tetris and some change away. And yeah. And Shuichi says, this is peak gaming. I was like, yeah, we will finally go to like halfway through level 18 and then this has happened. Maybe the commentator curse does actually exist. Maybe Shuichi was like, ah wait, you wanna see like level 19 potentially? Nah, let me show what I can do instead. Okay, DUഝY didn't go for the T-spin, instead goes for a fancy spin. One more Tetris that DUഝY here needs, and if he gets that, he has won the match, the game, and then we play the match point, aka decider, and yes, DUഝY can safely top out. He has won this game, and it's won 99120, and it is now a 3-2-3, meaning decider. Oh. And I have the ready from both players. Let's start the decider now in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And PW in the chat saying, everyone cursed today or what? I believe everyone is cursed today, yes. Have yet to see a more cursed stream, as in, we have like high level players. At least some of them. But what we have seen here today, this was interesting to say the least. Yeah, Shuichi also showing us the next interesting Tetris here. DUĐY is setting up the column 3 long bar Tetris here. Shuichi is setting up the burns, and yeah, 14k here for Shuichi against 54k here for DUഝY. Shuichi going for a kinda aggressive center well here, nicely done, was really high though. DUഝY is now also closed, open again, now Shuichi open again as well, Tetris for DUഝY, Shuichi waiting for the next long bar. And now, I mean, normally when people close the word like this, I'm like, oh yeah, it doesn't really matter, should be able to get out of that. But in this game, I'm like, oh, will they be able to? And most of the time it looks like they are actually able to. And here's the next Tetris for Shuichi, 117 for Shuichi against 91, nearly 92 here for DUഝY. And next set is here to Shuichi. So Shuichi is about 50k ahead, which is 2 Tetrises. Lead here for Shuichi. Next Tetris going to DUഝY. Next Tetris going to Shuichi. DUഝY being set up. Shuichi also set up here. Next Tetris to DUഝY again. PW, check my PMs. Oh. I totally did not see that. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be in the OBS scene. It's gonna do it properly. Apparently not. But now it's shown correctly as we can see it's Paldas Friendlies, not Paldas 1-3 tier 1. Looks like neither of us saw that for them like an hour and a half about that. And it's now 260 against 235. DUഝY closed the well before getting one more Tetris. Shuichi got one more Tetris here. But also has played 5 more lines, so yeah, this is about neck and neck. It's actually neck and neck. 285 against 283 here, so just a couple of thousand points difference here. Meaning, yeah, this last game could hopefully be a hype game. Okay, this is time for me to start my replay buffer. Maybe we'll have some amazing chase downs also happen at the end of this game here. And it's 330 against 307, so it's just a bit difference here in points. Tetris for both of them. We're about 40 lines away from the transition, so 10 possible Tetrises here still left. And next Tetris to Shuichi. Builds up the lead now to 376 against 333. Which means we have a couple of thousand points left to go here for DUഝY as in 2 Tetris difference. Oh, and those long bars here for DUഝY. Quite funny how he plays them. Needs to clean them up. Could try to go for dirty. No, he's not trying to go for dirty. And yeah, keep in mind we are playing PAL. So we can theoretically see some 19 action. We haven't seen 19 action here today all day long, but it could happen. 427 here for Shuichi against 350 for DUഝY, so DUഝY is behind by about 70k. Shuichi is clean. Not Tetris already here. It looks like he is trying to play aggressive until the transition to me. Now having longer body behind the scene. Column 3 fills it in with the J piece, which means there's probably a bit of burning here coming up for Shuichi. Next Tetris to Shuichi. 479. Next Tetris to DUഝY. 396. 5 lines difference, so it's about a 480 against 330, I would say. Next Tetris here to DUഝY. Now Shuichi being kinda high, having a couple of holes in the stack here. Next Tetris to Shuichi. Shuichi is working on the stack. Open level 19 here. 500k transition for Shuichi into 19. DUഝY is still on 18. Shuichi is playing a couple of lines here, but I don't think he can get much done here. OP is missed up here for Shuichi. So DUഝY, your goal is 508. 508 is your goal. Really high here. Oh yeah, this is not gonna be chased down a bit too high, I assume. He does get the SPs in position. OPs lost. Tops out. Which means, please stay on the screen. We have a 4-2-3 for Shuichi, 4-8-3-2-8, and 4-6-7-8-8-0 at 132 lines. So congratulations Shuichi for winning this match, of course. And if you take a quick look at these match statistics. Oh. I should copy the correct. Oh, there's so much here. Okay, so if you now take a look at the match stats, we have Shuichi winning against DUഝY. Of course, Shuichi showing us his pace. Yep, Shuichi, there was not much pace that you could show us today, I will admit. And DUഝY, yeah, we can see the statistics. Not the highest ever, but I would say it was a decent game. And next up it's gonna be ROCCORICCI from the Netherlands. Isn't it NEL from Netherlands? Netherlands IOC code? What's the Netherlands IOC code for ROCCORICCI? It's... Oh, NED! Ah, it was NED. I forgot. NED. And we are nearly set up here for the next match already. I just need to get ROCCORICCI's stream, and now doop-de-doop, we are perfect. So good evening, ROCCORICCI. This is now your match against SHUICHI. As you can see, we are ahead of schedule, so feel free to play a full match here. Which is saying maybe everything will change after you can Avengers. Your last game looked decent. I will also assume that you're gonna play SBS, so yes, you see it. 8-4, E8, 2-7. Insert some weird and bad 7, 8, 9 joke. And let's see when the players will be ready. There's stuff. Looking at the pings here for the restreams that people want to have happen. Can't do any of them. Okay. So let's wait for the ready here from ROCCORICCI. And once ROCCORICCI is showing us his ready. Actually, ROCCORICCI, your hand cam is kinda dark. So ROCCORICCI, if you want to be a great guy, maybe you can show us a bit more light. Like, we all know that you're an edgy guy, but, you know, maybe turn off the light. Or play like that. That, of course, also works, but, yeah, do whatever you want. Sorry, not now. Okay, perfect. This also works for us, so let's start the match here in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. But yeah, please keep in mind that for paldastetris you are officially required to show us their your hand cam. So this is working out, but just for the future, that you know. Okay, so both players have started. Both players got a Tetris so far. SHUICHI is now setting up a bit of burns. PW, it's good enough for friendlies. Yeah, this cam is good enough here for the friendlies. I'm just, you know, telling him for the future that he has heard it at least once. Sometimes you forget that you need to do it, and like getting an audio reminder can help you to be like, oh, yeah, I remember. But we can see everything that we need. Also, Rocco is not a typer, all of us know that. Or even Roder. That's why he's using his own custom styrofoam controller layout, let's say it like that. Point was it a 79 against 57. So what the Tetris lead here currently for SHUICHI. ROCCORICCI getting a Kadam 8 Tetris, 1 high. And SHUICHI needs to burn a tiny bit there, and so does ROCCORICCI. Well, ROCCORICCI doesn't only need to burn, he only needs to clean this up. SHUICHI had a couple of misdrops there, but looks like he is open, getting the next Tetris here, and is low enough to not be in any danger here. It is 107 against 86. And this finally looks like SHUICHI has stabilized. Like the last game, or like last 2 games, were pretty decent here for SHUICHI. This game is looking decent again for SHUICHI. So let's see how much I've just cost him. On Rocco's side also looking pretty decent here. Next set is going to Rocco. SHUICHI is cleaning this up. I believe he wanted to go for the 9 spin but missed it. So it's a bit of cleanup that he needs to do now. Or like a bit more. Long dependency here in Kadam 4, whereas ROCCORICCI is clean. Waiting for the next long bar. And once he gets that, he'll get one more Tetris for ROCCORICCI into 163 against 120, so nearly a 2 Tetris lead here now for ROCCORICCI. SHUICHI has nearly finished his cleanup. 3 more lines left to go, wanting a long bar here and actually getting a Tetris here. And next Tetris to Shuichi, like getting a Tetris and essentially finishing your cleanup and then getting one more Tetris and you're open again, that does feel quite nice. Then you're like, oh yeah, that's what I need. And maybe a bit more euphoria, depending on who you ask. Maybe it's a bit less, depending on who you ask as well, of course. Next Tetris to Rocco, next Tetris here to Shuichi. And Rocco is still ahead here of Shuichi at 216 against 193. Next Tetris going to Shuichi. And next Tetris here also going to ROCCORICCI. Shuichi appears to be Tetris ready again. Yes, yes. ROCCORICCI appears to not be Tetris ready for the two long bars here, which means he could not use any of them. Is now burning a couple of lines. And next Tetris to ROCCORICCI. Weird OPs here for Shuichi. Kinda the best that he could do because he just had no place to put it. Meaning now a bit of burning here on Shuichi's side. And it's neck and neck, 265 against 266, just 1,000 points between these two players here. Shuichi looking like he might go for a center, well, one high, yes, it does definitely look like that. Is still needing to build it up, is now set up for the center, well, one high Tetris here for Shuichi. And here's the long bunch Tetris for Shuichi. And honestly, he can kinda just go for it again. Yes, he is going for it again. Now it's a small hole in the stack, I'm cleaning it up, open again. 294 against 230, but ROCCORICCI has led a couple of lines more, so there's still definitely neck and neck here between these players, I would say. Next Tetris going to Shuichi. And now going for a Kadam 8 one high Tetris here. Next Tetris going to ROCCORICCI. Ooh, small overshift here of that LPs for Shuichi, which means Shuichi tops out at 320. We have a 320, 345 at 105 lines, so ROCCORICCI, you have safely won this game, but feel free to play the last 15 to 20 lines or so. And here's the line spin for Rocco. Just want to show us the line spin that was missed by Shuichi, and thanks of course for staying on the game over screen here. I have now recorded your stats and we can start the next game whenever the two of you are ready for it. Shuichi saying thanks for showing me the line spin. Yeah, that's how you do it. I mean, 2 digits, right? Yes, you come in the first 2 digits, so 4E becomes 5F. Yes, 2 first. Wait, incorrect, see that it's still pinned. Oops, it's 8-4 becomes 9-5. So it's now 9-5, E4 to 7. Let's start the next countdown here in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. But yeah, what a stream we have had so far. First up, we had some funny incorrect level starts, then we just had players absolutely butchering their gameplay, like playing the worst Tetris of their life, and now we are finally back to some decent Tetris action where players perform about what we expect. And ooh, classic Tetris Wars is happening, so I already know who I'm gonna raid after the... Actually can't raid, no! Why did I look at that? It's 68k here for Shuichi against 74k here for ROCCORICCI. ROCCORICCI having more points. And next Tetris here for ROCCORICCI. Yeah, it's neck and neck here between these players. We're also only about 20 lines deep, so generally we expect some neck and neck at this point. Now Shuichi, a small burn here being quite high. Next long burn Tetris for Shuichi, next long burn Tetris now for ROCCORICCI as well. Oh, Shuichi in a bit of trouble, maybe. No, perfect cleans. I love those cleaning up here from Shuichi. Those burns were amazing. And now some more cleanup here on Shuichi's side. And so on ROCCORICCI's side, Shuichi is open again. Got a Tetris there. 170 against 128. And ROCCORICCI is now doing quite a long cleanup on all cons here. It is the next Tetris here now for ROCCORICCI. And next Tetris here to Rocco once again. $223 against $210. Next Tetris here now for ROCCORICCI, and I forgot the 1-0 here on ROCCORICCI's side, and this part of the whatever this is called again, OBS part. As PW said to me before, it's a lot of things are different compared to other Wii streams, so this is actually a bit of a learning curve to do it properly. And it's about a Tetris lead here for ROCCORICCI. SHUICHI going for the column 3 longbow dependency. Not quite a Tetris. It's now set up for the next Tetris though, and so ROCCORICCI Tetris for SHUICHI, Tetris for ROCCORICCI. And yeah, I'm glad about seeing these clean stacks. Actually, I think ROCCORICCI is not playing in the paldastetris monthly event. So I would say ROCCORICCI, feel free to... Oh, I'm confused. Feel free to... Ah, yes, okay. Then I just didn't remember seeing him anywhere, but it's good if he is. Because let's be honest, paldastetris is some of the best Tetris that you can play. Plays against Sam in round 1. Okay, so lots of luck against Sam in your paldas monthly match. In a couple of days. Okay, in a week and a half. Oh, early mischiefs here of those long bars for ROCCORICCI. This could be troublesome. Let's see if he can get out of this nicely. Oh, perfect splinter key of that L piece for ROCCORICCI. Next number over to the right. Nice. Still dangerous, of course, as we can see. But I would say set up to burn this down nicely. Point-wise, it is 390 here for SHUICHI against 359 here for ROCCORICCI. And ROCCORICCI getting the number over to the left. Nice. But the spot for ROCCORICCI is not looking good at all. SHUICHI here now open again, going for the next Tetris. 444 for SHUICHI against 360 as for ROCCORICCI. So if ROCCORICCI wants to win this, he needs a ton of 19. He needs like 70k on 19. I believe he could do it, but the stack is not looking promising to allow any 19 play. Or like any noticeable 19 play. And let's see. Yeah, number doesn't go over here for ROCCORICCI, which means SHUICHI, you have won this game. And 37628 over to 131. And SHUICHI is showing us some nice 19 action here. Yeah, this is some long and nice 19 here for SHUICHI. Could get the 500k here, just a couple of 1,000 points left until that. So let's see what SHUICHI will show us here. How far can he go? Of course, normally we don't appreciate modeling, but in situations like this, where we are so far ahead schedule, yeah, it's totally fine. 502, it looks like this 502 might be it for SHUICHI. Yeah, it looks pretty much over for SHUICHI. But he's getting a couple of points here. 566, oops, and 164. Destroyed the formatting there. Okay, but that should not matter for the stuffs. Yeah, doesn't matter. Okay, perfect. PW is saying we always encourage level 19 models here no matter the schedule. That's what you should do. like, when you're in level 19, just play until you top out. Unless you play for like an hour, then maybe not. But yeah, here we have the ready, so let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Tetris, actually the other way around. If you play for like half an hour on 19, then just continue playing and playing and playing. That would be an amazing world record. Like, I don't know, getting to like level 80 using death on PAL. Imagine that happening in a live event, like a match. That would be some of the most type Tetris, at least in the PAL scene. And yeah, SHUICHI, of course, going for the 2 push-down points in the beginning, is behind by the single that Rocco played more. Oh no. Next set is to SHUICHI, next set is to Rocco. Small miss of that S piece for Rocco, does not get the T spin tug. And 69 for SHUICHI, nice, against 50 for Rocco, so a bit less than a Tetris D tier now for SHUICHI. As we are barely into level 18 at only 16 lines. But this is of course already over 10% of the level 18 part of the match, and some 19 could always happen, of course, as we saw earlier. But yeah, ROCCORICCI, before this match he was essentially like, oh yeah, SHUICHI, you look beatable today. I wonder if ROCCORICCI still feels like that after the last performance of SHUICHI. But of course it currently is 1-1. ROCCORICCI burning a bit here, and so is SHUICHI. I would say ROCCORICCI should be fully open sooner, but SHUICHI will just play one high, as you can see here. And SHUICHI now getting the Tetris. Now both players waiting to set this up. I believe that's a J misdrop here for SHUICHI, because I don't know why you would want to place it like that. But it's just a single, so already open again here. And now Tetris set up, waiting for the next long bar. ROCCORICCI looking a bit worse here, as he needs to burn more. 157 against 114, ROCCORICCI open again, and next Tetris for SHUICHI, next Tetris for ROCCORICCI. We are about 50 lines in, neither of them having an amazing pace, but SHUICHI's at least being decent. That's ROCCORICCI 140 at 50 lines. That's getting close to a 300k transition. So kind of what like most of my games are. Nice pin here for ROCCORICCI. And SHUICHI still continuing to play one high, gets one more long bar, and simul Tetris here to 34 against 168. Next Tetris to SHUICHI, so 256 against 168. Nearly 100k lead here now for SHUICHI. SHUICHI going for the center well, probably trying to do a well transfer here soon. But not wanting to burn a lot for that well transfer, which in return means he needs to burn a lot unless he gets the T-piece. He does not get the T-piece for the T-spin. And this might be the chance for ROCCORICCI to close the gap here between them. Okay, SHUICHI was open, is open again. And Tetris for SHUICHI. And please not try to do the world transfer. Yes, he is. ROCCORICCI had a couple of weird O pieces there. Which means that he now needs to clean this up once again. And SHUICHI might be able to increase his lead here a bit. But yeah, ROCCORICCI is getting closer to clean and now getting further away from being clean. Just 2 more lines here, 1 more line left for ROCCORICCI. ROCCORICCI open again. Tetris for ROCCORICCI, and also long bar dependency. And column 4 gets the long bar for that perfect. And then perfect O piece as well. 383 against 276. So yeah, about a 100k lead here currently for SHUICHI. If ROCCORICCI wants to win this, he needs to hope that SHUICHI won't be able to get many more points here. Getting 100k in about 25 lines is gonna be pretty hard. Of course, as always, it's possible, especially as you have 19 happening. I'm just saying it's not that likely if your opponent also is scoring. Next Tetris to SHUICHI, 453 against 345. SHUICHI also having played a couple of lines more. So It's not quite 100k for ROCCORICCI, but that L and J piece on the left side here for Rocco. This could cost him the game here, and a top out. As now is able to get a bit lower here, and let's see if he can get pieces over to the left. Next J piece going over to the left. If he lost Death on that J piece or any other piece he wants to get over, then yeah, that would have been so much worse. But this is waiting for the long one in the center. And the number doesn't come. Also, nothing happening here on Shuichi's side, but Shuichi was already had in points at 460 something, so it is 460,562 at 125 and 121. 392,540. This looks good to me. Yeah, I was a bit too greedy, but Shuichi managed to win this. Nice. Shuichi wanted 500k to transition. Both pairs are ready, so let's start the next game here in 3, 2, 1. Tetris is also 2-1 here for Shuichi. So Shuichi only needs to win 2 more games to win this full match. He should be able to. Get that, but of course ROCCORICCI also should be able to get his 3 remaining games. Does depend on whether or not these players play better than the opponent in the game. Like, it's possible for both players. I mean, yeah, my English is and thought processing is not the best today. I don't know why. It's we all have our better and our worst days, let's say it like that. Next set is in now to ROCCORICCI. I guess some of the players didn't have their best playing game, and I don't have my best commentary game. And Shuichi is now waiting a bit for J piece, and he gets the J piece. Nice. Whereas ROCCORICCI is probably playing on column 9 here. Ah, no, he's now trying to transfer to column 10, the well. I should not use the long one because Tet was ready, and instead is now burning a bit here. ROCCORICCI that is. Next set is going to Shuichi. 161 against 84. Next set was 107, so we have about a 54k, which is 2 Tetrises and some change lead here for Shuichi. So nice early lead here for Shuichi. Next Tetris to ROCCORICCI. Next Tetris to Shuichi. We're now about 40 lines deep, so we are essentially in the mid game of the game here. Or at least of 18. Next Tetris to Shuichi, 253 against next Tetris for ROCCORICCI, 177. Yes, this is a lead for Shuichi, but it's actually not that big of a lead, taking on consideration 70k. Just a bad misdrop, and you need to clean a lot up, and the opponent already can overtake you. Now 2 burns here for ROCCORICCI, next Tetris for ROCCORICCI. And Shuichi is here waiting for the long, but looks like we have a bit of a drought. Tetris for Shuichi into 322 against 292 for ROCCORICCI. And now over 100k lead here for, about 100k lead here for Shuichi. 70k is still in the, yeah, definitely possible. 100k is slowly but surely getting into the, now something bad has happened to your opponent. But yeah, we're only about halfway through level 18, so that is definitely possible. Shuichi being kinda high, he gets the next number over 4 Tetris. 4-0 for Shuichi against 307 here for ROCCORICCI. quite a lot of cleaning here to do. G-spin setup for ROCCORICCI also. Not getting the TPs here though. Probably will just put something down there. Yeah, JP's works well enough. Less than 40 lines away from the transition. Still about 100k lead here. Over 100k lead now here for SHUICHI. 432 against 320. And one Tetris here now for SHUICHI. And one Tetris here for ROCCORICCI into the well transfer of course as well. But 100k on 27 lines, even that is not easy to do. Necessarily. Should at least be a 500k transition here for SHUICHI. Yeah, 480 for SHUICHI. 6 more Tetrises. This was still 600k in the transition for SHUICHI if he had played perfectly. But the pieces don't allow that. And this is now a bit troublesome here for SHUICHI. Let's see if he can get out of that. Still about 70k left to go for ROCCORICCI to catch up to SHUICHI, as we can see. And SHUICHI is nearly open again. Whoa! I want to open the water bottle, and that was quite fuzzy, a bit shaken, let's say it like that. 516 here for SHUICHI, 4 more lines left to go, so could get a triple in Tetris at maximum. But I would recommend SHUICHI trying to get a clean transition. 520 transition here for SHUICHI. And ROCCORICCI 564, which means SHUICHI will most likely take his third game here now. Let's see if that will actually happen, of course. But yes, ROCCORICCI looking topped out. 5, 6, 9, 2, 2, 0 and 1, 3, 6, as well as 140 and 5, 2, 9, 9, 4, 3. It is now 3-0 here for SHUICHI, which means the oranges did work for SHUICHI, and next up it's going to be a match point. Let's see if SHUICHI can nearly get the sweep here. He lost the first game, and from the second game onwards so far he has won everything. Or if maybe SHUICHI can now start on the nearly reverse sweep here. Let's start the match, the game in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Twist, twist, twist. And PW SHUICHI eating oranges for the match versus Dutch player Orangey. There's probably some kind of pun in there that I don't understand. Yeah, 45 against 48. Next set is now for SHUICHI. Cleaning this up a bit. And oh, longbar dependency on the right here for ROCCORICCI now. Gets the longbar into a Tetris even. So not really costing him any points here. Okay, now it's long. Oh, he put that L piece flat instead of horizontal or vertically, and that has cost him a burn. Horizontal L piece would have actually been the correct choice for a perfect world transfer, in my opinion. Next Tetris to ROCCORICCI. 139 against 120, so small lead here for SHUICHI. Next Tetris going to SHUICHI. ROCCORICCI setting up the next Tetris here, having now his longbar dependency in column 6, gets to the longbar. Is Tetris ready? Waiting for the next longbar. Tetris here now for ROCCORICCI. 161 against 144. SHUICHI being in a bit of troublesome situation here. Longbar dependency now in column 6 as well. Oh, setting up for dirty Tetris here, and gets the dirty Tetris for SHUICHI into 186 against 144. So SHUICHI now being lower. Is nearly perfectly open again, just has a small hole in the stack here. That is now cleaned up. 191 against 190. One just neck and neck here. But here's the next Tetris for SHUICHI, whereas ROCCORICCI still needs to burn 1, 2, 3 more lines here. Until he can go for the next Tetris. Let's see how many it will actually be. Could try to go for the center world. Yes, it's going for column for the Adam world. Tetris here for ROCCORICCI into world transfer here. Perfect. 237 against 217, so a bit less than the Tetris DT now for Shuichi. Shuichi doing the correct T-piece placement for the next J-piece, which it was. ROCCORICCI now burning a couple of lines. Once again, next Tetris going to Shuichi. 283 against 221 against now 244, which means about a 40k lead, which means it's a bit less than 2 Tetrises here that Shuichi is ahead of ROCCORICCI. And both players, I would say, have a pretty similar stack here. Also, highest you're having a bit of a drought. Tetris goes to Shuichi. Cleanup goes to ROCCORICCI here. And the J-piece missed up. Gets longbar simul Tetris. Okay, that looked a bit dangerous. But ROCCORICCI got the longbar. If that would have been a bad piece, that might actually have been it for ROCCORICCI there. Longbar goes to the left. Longbar dependency in column number 1. 356 against 277, so this is once again looking like a good game here for Shuichi. And maybe ROCCORICCI is a bit too tired. He said earlier in the chat that he is tired currently. And Shuichi, yeah, took a bit time to warm up, but is now properly warmed up. 100k lead here once again for Shuichi against the Dutch player, ROCCORICCI. Shuichi is a bit high here once. Longbar for the burn, nice, for the Tetris. There wasn't really a nice burn setup for Shuichi that I feel like because of the hole on the left. And now Shuichi is working on the hole on the left, whereas ROCCORICCI is a bit dirty and is working on... Oh, now also exactly one hole. Shuichi going for the left rail, yes, Shuichi going for the left rail Tetris. We are about 30 lines away from the transition, which means about 8 Tetrises that could be played if played perfectly, so in reality it's more like 4 Tetrises, 5 Tetrises maybe. If we are lucky, 6 Tetrises, but I feel like that lucky train has already passed here on at least Shuichi's side. ROCCORICCI could now go for column 5 Tetris. Oh, but it's playing quite aggressive here, gets the double, nice, is still Tetris ready here now. Takes a safety burn, which puts him out of Tetris readiness. Small J-piece misdrop here on Shuichi's side. ROCCORICCI's right side, nice, gets the pieces over. And Shuichi, really high in the center, gets 2 pieces to the left, which means a couple of burns here for Shuichi. But it's not really burn set up here. 468, this is 140k lead here for Shuichi. ROCCORICCI is not Tetris ready. Shuichi is still in the small overshift of that red S-piece here for Shuichi. The left side is now kind of dangerous, the right side is dangerous, and this is probably top out here now for Shuichi. This is a top out for Shuichi at 122 lines and 471,965. So yeah, ROCCORICCI also tops out at 335,160, which means congratulations to Shuichi. You have been able to get a 4-1 against ROCCORICCI. So, congratulations to Shuichi for winning this match. Thanks to everyone who was playing, and thanks to everyone who was watching, of course. We can now take a small look at the match. I forget that I need to adjust the match stats sheet. But it is now adjusted, and we can now see here Shuichi and ROCCORICCI and their stats. And yeah, the average and losing scores of these players were quite well for both of them here. As you can see, over 300k for both of them. So amazingly well played here by both players, I would say. Just a bit better by Shuichi in most games here. And yes, both players were quite consistent. So thanks for being here. We will most likely now raid someone. I can't do the raid, so PAW, if you could be so kind and start the raid, that would be amazing. Good consistency here, training. Yeah, the consistency, like in general, consistency wins. Of course, the higher your consistency is, like the higher the points you can consistently get, the more likely it is. Yes, I would raid Tetris Wars. So the higher scores you can reliably get, the more likely it is for you to win, but generally having high consistency is already great. So ROCCORICCI is a good player. Shuichi wants to train more 18, just train, train, and train. And with that we can see the Right train going over to Paldastetris. Have a great evening over there, and whatever time it may be for you. Goodbye.